looks pretty ripper.
Hey guys, I'm Will. Welcome to the channel. So this channel is going to be all about Aussie reptiles and the reptiles that I get to keep here in Sydney, as well as covering some of the other bits and bobs around the reptile hobby. And I thought for the first video, why not get straight into it and kick off with a big rock background for my 180 by 110 by 80 odd centimetre tank. It's going to have a whole bunch of lizards in it, so super cool. Done a little mock-up here with some expanding foam, sort of getting some layering. Whole point is to just get the animals off the ground, get them some extra space, a bit of climbing, and a bit of fun. So let's get into it.
Right, so obviously I'm using some insulation board and expanding foam for the form of the rock. It's a modular design I'm using, so it's going to be able to be exchanged for a different background if I'm upgrading or changing the animal. So I'm going to be putting it on this 5mm plywood that's already been cut to size, and you can see it's got some holes drilled in there so it can be attached to the back. As you can see, all of the foam carving has been done. It's not glued in place yet, but if you come on the angle, you can see exactly where all of those lizards are going to sit, perching over here, up here.
Now I'm just siliconing everything in place using an aquarium safe silicone, putting a whole bunch on to make sure it's all nice and strong. It'll support itself and support the weight of any animals on it.
So I now have it all siliconed in place, it's not going anywhere. So now I've just got to fill in all these little gaps with expanding foam. Alright, so as we do this, we just want to remember less is more. A little bit on, and that'll expand, and we can fill up these little gaps. Alright, so I've left the foam to cure for about 20 minutes. As you can see, it's expanded quite a bit, but now it's got a nice little skin on it, so I can push it into all of the cracks where I want it without it sticking. So I can get it all into all these little cracks in here.
Now I'm just carving out the foam, primarily the excess expanding foam, but also taking off some of the edges of the insulation board. I'm just using a regular old steak knife, but if you have a foam carver, you can use that one. Just trying to get some of the overall shapes and stop the flat areas from being so flat. And using the wide wheel with a drill really helped to get into some of the harder areas. Now I'm using a soldering iron to put in some extra cracks and crevices into the rock, give it some character. These have to be quite deep, otherwise they're going to be filled by the tile pointing later.
Alright, so all the carving is done, and it's been taped up around the edges, so now I've just got to get to painting.
So as you can see, the tile pointing's done. Got about 4 layers on it, so it's nice and rocky. But a lot of the textures come out of it. The big ones are still in it, but a lot of the smaller ones have sort of been filled in.
Right, so I've just done a little bit of painting, little bits of reds and whites and greys in places, just to try and break up the one solid colour, try to get it into some of the deeper spots, really show some of the texture and depth that's in the rock.
Hasn't turned out perfectly everywhere, but it still looks pretty cool.
Alright, and now as you can see, it's in place in the tank, and it's looking pretty cool, I think. Plenty of places for lizards to climb up and hopefully increase the amount of area they have to explore and to bask. I've got some higher points. I might put a heat lamp directly over that so that they can get some more direct heat. But all in all, this was a pretty cool project. Took a while, but obviously it looks great. So obviously the ultimate test is to see how the lizards like it. And so as you can see, got Beardy the bearded dragon. I've had for years and years, since I was about 8 or 9. Hence the name. But he's just chilling up on the rock, and this doesn't have any heat installed in it yet. But when it does, I'm sure it'll love basking up on it
the high elevations, because everyone knows bearded dragons love getting up high. So yeah, he's just chilling and looking around the place. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Anyway, see you guys in the next one.